Hi, you guys. I'm so sorry. Like, I have done a very poor job of executing this class. Normally, I'm a lot more engaged. We had some family things come up this week, and so I'm just really far behind. So I apologize that this has been so helter-skelter, but hopefully you still got to learn something good. I really hope that this was worth your time. But I was reading through the comments and I saw that you guys wanted to learn just more about your eye area. I know Jessica Balls wanted to know about different contour colors and what was best for that. But the majority of you, everybody else wanted to learn about your eye area. So let's take a deep dive. I'm going to jump right in. I know most of you are going to catch the replay. I am going to put some stuff on my lips. It's really hard to talk on these videos when your lips are dry. So I'm going to do this lip color right here. I had a sweet friend send this to me and it's so good. Isn't that color pretty? Except I'm kind of messy. The brand is called Smooth, I think. And this is the petal color, but it's a peptide. It says peptide lip therapy. I think it like works with the color of your lips. Anyway, it feels good on my lips. Okay. Let's talk about your eye area. The first thing I'm going to do is frame out my eyes just by filling in my brows, and I do that with my Trust eyeshadow. So this is my go-to gal is Trust, and then this is the it used to be Know Your Angles brush. Now it's just the brow brush, line brush. Yes, the line brush. So it has this angled in right here, and this is a newer updated brush. I wish I could show you the old brush, but they redid it to where it's tinier, which makes for some great brows. So I just tap it into the Trust eyeshadow, and then I'm just gonna mimic my little hair strokes. So right here on my natural brow, my hairs grow up, so I'm going to do an upward motion and mimic all those hairs. I'm trying to get the bottom of my brush to kind of start in all of the same place right there. And I'm actually going to soften that out a little bit just so it's not so harsh. There, I like that. That looks pretty good. And then just fill in any of the gaps that are missing in my brows. So I feel like this gives you a facelift almost instantly. Like you can see, I'm not even done over here, but I have a sparse area in my brows, like up in here. So by filling in this portion up here, I'm already pulling my face up. And I'll tell you, this eye on my face naturally, just how my face is, this eye falls more. Like when I take a selfie and stuff, I usually have to pick up this eyebrow just a little bit so that they look more even in my before and afters. Now you're all gonna notice that. But hi Laura, that's something that I have to do. And so you can see, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. So you can see I'm not lifting it up right now, but it still gives it that lift effect just by having the brow filled in. So that makes a big difference. Okay, I'm gonna do the other brow. So just mimicking those hair strokes. If you really want to get like if you really want to really up your brow game, you can get a liquid brow pen, and it has a teeny tiny brush on the end. It's almost like it's a pen. And then it really mimics the little hair strokes very thinly, very fine. And then you get it looks like each individual hair. And that's if you want some like serious. I just do the powder, and I'll probably graduate one day and maybe do more intense brows. But as it is right now, I just kind of like the powder look because it softly fills them in and you get that framing effect on your face. And I feel like that's what I want. I just want it to be soft and a little bit neutral. Thank you, Laura. You're so sweet. This week has been an absolute doozy. So this is kind of like a really grounding therapy thing for me to do. This is easy. I can get on a video and just put makeup on my face and it feels normal, and you guys are all my friends. Like, this is a great place to be. So I appreciate you guys being here. Okay, so that's my brow area. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on my contour, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but stay with me. I just wanted to put some contour on because I'm going to do it first so that as I brighten my under eyes, I'll already have this part done. I'm just knocking it out of the way. And I'm going to lift my hat up for just a second, and I'm not even going to worry about contouring my forehead a whole ton because I'm going to wear a hat, but this video is not about contouring. That's why I'm just going to burn through it. Will you let me know in the comments, though, if you do want a specific video all about just contouring? Like, I won't talk about anything else. I'll just talk about contouring. But you got to let me know in the comments. Okay, so this is Astoria. Okay, and contour, actually, dang it, I said I wasn't going to talk about contour, but I did find the other day I was going to cover up these blemishes and redness with Aspen contour, and then I couldn't find the Aspen. Like, I set it out to use it, and then I couldn't find it. But this is Aspen, so just to give you a little frame of reference, that's how dark. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of the Aspen, and it neutralizes redness without adding a ton of darkness to your face, which of course it is right now. Maybe I got too much. I probably got too much, but watch what it does on my nose. Do you see the redness on this side? And do you see how it just neutralized it on that side? Is that not the craziest thing you've ever seen? So if you have areas of blemishes or redness, you can cover, like, seriously, look at that. It doesn't look like there's contour on my nose, but the redness is gone. Can you guys see that? Is that not crazy? So I have lots of redness on my nose. Do you guys see how it erases the redness? It's just bananas. This is the only reason I bought Aspen contour. So a lot of times I'll tell people to use Aspen contour to eliminate redness. Look at that. The redness in my nose is gone. It's bananas. So you put it on underneath, and I just got a couple of breakouts over here. I think it's from my mask. And I actually want a smaller pinpoint of it. Let me get a small, and a mirror. I'm using a teeny tiny brush, and I'm just gonna pinpoint right on the blemish. Okay, that will cancel better. You see how that's underneath? Okay, keep moving, Jessica, keep moving. Now I'm going to open up my brand new brush, and we're going to brighten under our eyes. So this is the classic brush. This is the 3D brush. This is the brush that I recommend to all new customers. This is the best thing to learn how to do your highlight and contour with. Man, these new brushes are great. I think they did great. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do, and this is a very common mistake that people do. Let's just look at my under eye real quick first. First thing I notice is there's a lot of dark purple right here on the very inner corner of the eye, but then it's not the whole under eye area, and you need to look at your eyes. So some people have darkness all the way across. I actually have it's really yellow on this side, really dark blue on this side. We're going to remember that for later, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of my highlight color on the pointy end of my 3D brush and just stipple it in here, and it's going to brighten up. I'm also going to just tap a little bit on top of that Aspen contour that was covering up the redness. Not a ton. You're always just using the tiniest bit of product. I'm going to neutralize all the darkness and discoloration around my mouth. Like you can see, there's scarring, acne scars, old acne scars, and it just some like hyperpigmentation, like it's like green almost around my mouth, which is also super common for people to have a lot of greenness around their mouths. And I'm just gonna feather a tiny bit up here because you guys, I've got a hat on. I don't have to do my makeup right there. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is, you can see I'm already getting a huge lift. Like, this is a huge benefit on this side of my face, okay? But do you remember how I needed a little bit of brightness right there? So I've got linen highlight right next to it. So I just dip a little tiny bit into the linen, and I'm gonna touch it right where I needed it. So I was a little too blue on that side and a little too sunspotty over here on the outer edge. So I'm going to customize that to my eyes, and I can help you walk that through too on your color match. Dang, this new brush is really rocking my socks right now. Dude, you guys, they have made some major improvements to this brush. This has always been my least favorite brush, but this new one is amazing. I love it. That makes me so happy. Okay, because I've always thought it was a good one to learn with, but now it's really great. Okay, all right. So I'm just gonna do the same thing to this side, brighten up my nose, because that contour eliminated the redness, but I still wanna brighten it up so it looks like my skin. And then I'm just gonna, oh, I may have been a little too rough right there. So I'm just gonna, do you see how that pimple is now completely gone? Is that not amazing? Okay, I'm gonna brighten up all these scars and clean up my contour line. But this is not about highlighting and contouring, Jessica. Remember our purpose here today is brightening under eyes. Okay, so then I'm gonna go back and get my little bit of linen and touch point up here. So one of the things I did growing up with my makeup that was just so wrong was that I used to use an under eye concealer. It came in a little lipstick tube. You guys probably did the same thing. And I would like swipe it underneath my eyes first and then like do whatever else on top. But then you're covering up the brightness. It's so much better to put that brighter color on last. So that's what you're seeing. That's the showstopper. That's your first line of defense, is that you're seeing that brightness. Now, to keep it from getting crepey or cakey or settling in any of your wrinkles is, okay, so I've got crow's feet and stuff on this side. I just try to keep, like, I'll brush and brush right here and blend because the most of my darkness is right here, and I don't have a lot of wrinkles on the inner corner of my eye. So it's okay if I have a little bit more coverage on the inner corner of my eye. It's just this outer corner where my crow's feet and wrinkles are. I'll try to keep as little product over there as possible. If I notice throughout the day that it is, like after I smiled 17,000 times, if it is settling in those wrinkles, I'll just take my ring finger and just go tap, 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 and it blends it all back out. I am going to blend this contour in while I'm here though. And another thing that you can do underneath your eyes just to keep it looking really, really nice, and I'm just blending those two colors together. So now everything is all put together on my face. Let me grab my powder real quick. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. So and it's just out of its like container. Cause look, you guys, you can plot because this is in a metal tin and this was just in a plastic compact before, I can stick it in my magnetic compact. I just have it loose right now. And I can also set underneath my eyes with the setting powder. You do lose some of the glow. I'm also gonna set my nose since this is my biggest source of redness and where I want coverage. That aspen works so good. That's so cool. So that's how I would brighten up underneath my eyes. I am going to put a little bit of blush on really quick. I always default to Summer Love in the summer. It is a great pink. It's so fun. I love this pink. Okay, and then let's talk about how to do your eyeshadow with hooded eyes. Okay, so let's do it. First thing I'm gonna do is you can see my eyelids, and you can take a look at your eyelids too. My eyelids are really discolored. I've got some purple going on. I've got tons of veins that make it look dark. There's a lot of dark, like if it looks like it's like dingy, like mulchy, it's probably green. I've got a little bit of contour on the back of my brush. That's what's like covering it up right now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get just a touch of my regular, like seriously, just a touch of my regular highlight color and come in here and just eliminate the darkness. Sometimes when we're doing eyeshadow and you want it to pop and you feel like it's not popping, it's because it's competing with all of the colors that are already on your lids. The eyelash is coming off. It's holding on for dear life. I might fix it, I might not. So what I'm doing is I'm giving my eyeshadow a fighting chance to really be the star of the show rather than have to compete with all the other colors that are already on my eyelids that I feel like look kind of dull or yucky. That's the scientific word for it, is yucky. Okay, I did not bring an eyeshadow brush over here with me. That's okay. With your hooded eyes, okay, so the hooded eyes are where, and mine aren't extremely hooded. It's where the top part of your eyelid covers up the bulk of your eyelid. So if you think about it, most eyeshadow tutorials are gonna have you put color right in your crease. But the problem with hooded eyes is when you open your eyes, it's all gone, and you might have just added more darkness, and you already feel like your eyes are already getting lost. And I feel like if you just put more darkness on where you feel like your eyes are getting lost, they're just gonna get more lost. So I'm gonna sneeze again. Excuse me. Okay. See, this is what's so great about working online, is that I can sneeze and you don't have to worry about getting sick. I don't think I'm sick. I think it's allergies, but here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna take a really good look at what our goal is with our eyes. And I think the goal with our eyes is to make them pop, make them seem big and open. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with Sabrina with a fluffy brush. This brush is one that I was gifted for completing a challenge with Saint. So you can't get one. Artists only, but it's the only one I have close by. I might reach over and grab an eyeshadow brush. So with this, I'm adding brightness. So I know that I want all along my lash line, I'm gonna try to keep bright. It's really tempting to put the dark in your crease, but if you already have hooded eyes, by the time you put darkness in your crease, it's probably gonna bleed down in by your lash line. And I feel like that's going to make your eyes look smaller. But if you brighten it up all along your lash line right here, then it's going to draw light. You're bringing light to it. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm really gonna grab an eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna stop being so lazy and grab my eyeshadow brush. Just kidding, where is it? It's not even here, it's gone. There it is. Okay, this is the eyeshadow brush. This is the eyeshadow brush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna go for any super dark colors. I am going to use a color that is complementary to my eyes. My eyes have like a bluish green tinge. So what I'm gonna do is find my eyeshadows first. And I'm gonna use a scary color. I'm gonna use Leo. It's opposite of the color wheel from blue and greens-ish. It's very orangey, and what I'm gonna do is I am going to keep my eye open, because normally when you put stuff in the crease, you're trying to make it into a shadow, and then but since we don't want to put stuff in our crease, because can you see, if I brought that down any further, it would just all get lost. But if I put that little pop of color just a little bit above my crease and just blend it really, really well. I don't want it to go up on my eyebrow because I feel like I have limited real estate to even put that in. So I'm just gonna make it really, 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 really soft and light, and try not to bring too much of the darkness. See, it already fell a little bit more than I want it to. I'm just gonna try to keep it up, because I feel like you can see now that whole side of my eye, that side looks like it's up more. So I'm gonna do that on the other side too. Leave my eye open, and just basically I'm making just like a fake crease, since if you have hooded eyes, you don't really have a crease. And if you have where you feel like your eye area is just smaller, like where you don't have a whole lot of eyelid to work on, then just go ahead and just make it really small. This area that you're putting on, make it smaller so that it's still flattering to your eyes. And guys, I think less might be more with hooded eyes. So just bring it up, blend it out. And if you want to leave it, just that contrasting color is going to make your eyes pop. And then underneath your eyes, grab just like a soft neutral brown and just brush it along your eyelashes, just a little bit. Do you see? It's just a little bit. I really don't want to add so much product to my eye area where it looks heavy. And I know most of you who are commenting that you wanted help with hooded eyes, you all are not the type to like want to have like a real dramatic smoky eye just going to the grocery store. And so I feel like this is a safe place to just say, keep it super simple. You don't have to use an orange eyeshadow like I did today, but the champagne color, that Sabrina champagne color, looks good on everybody. Super neutral, has a little bit of shimmer, so it's gonna attract even more light and reflect it back. And then just that soft matte color, but you could do anything. If you have brown eyes, I would tell you to go get like a Bright Eyes or a Foxy, something like that. I'll show you what it looks like a little bit on, and just like bring it up higher and just keep it really soft, and then have that be enough and just have it wake up your eyes just a little bit. I say keep it simpler with your eyeshadow if you have hooded eyes, and then do not take an eyeliner pen like this. Don't take an eyeliner pen and do a really stark eyeliner right underneath there. I think it's going to really age you a lot, and I think it's going to be too heavy for that eye area. You need to keep it soft and light. So I hope that those two things were helpful. I will jump on again in this group very soon, and we'll talk about contour colors and how to make sure your contour color is the right color. The good news is you probably have a contour color that is great for you. Contours are very easy to work with. I could pull off probably 7 different contour colors right now. So we'll talk about that another time. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Thank you for letting me come on and chit chat with you guys. The last thing I'm gonna do is just set my makeup with the setting spray, because we are going to the farm today. So I'm gonna lock that in, and then I'm just too impatient to wait for it to dry. So I just tap it in everywhere. But I'll post a before and after picture. Thank you guys. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.